Too many of you are still guessing. Too many of you are still gambling. Too many of you are still casino. And let me just tell you something. A gambler will never get my money. Do you understand? So you're wasting your time as a gambler. I don't care if you make $1 million gambling. That does not mean you're a skilled player. All right? I don't want you gambling. I want you doing things methodically. I want you doing things professionally. The gambler never lasts in this game. Even if they make a lot of money gambling, they never last. They lose it all. They become broke and destitute. I've seen it over a 32-year professional career. They don't last. All right? Some people ask me, Oliver, you were featured in a book with many other traders that had a 10-year history, made, basically on average anything over $1 million a year. And you said that most are not around now. What happened to them? That's a common question after that post. And my response was, a lot of them blew up. A lot of them blew out of the game, which happens to a lot of traders. They blew out of the game. So several things happened. Some traders blew out. Some traders could not adapt to the new market. You see, this was before, I believe this was before decimalization really locked in. So prior to that, we were trading in fractions. Fractions have wider spreads. And so if you built your career in a scenario where all the spreads were much wider and that was part of your game, and now the spreads disappear for the most part, not altogether, but they definitely shrink because of decimalization and everything is now a penny apart. That dried up a lot of traders. A lot of traders could not adapt to that. Some traders got rocked by the 2007, 2008 market collapse and lost everything. Meanwhile, that was the most profitable period of my life as a trader. And then some traders retired. I mean, some traders do just bow out of the game, bow out of the life, bow out of the industry. They get burnt out too. They take their money. I have a trader that I trained. He was 22 years old at the time. He trained with me for several years in one of my trading offices with me. And he ultimately wrote a book on trading. It did pretty well initially. I think it's out of print now. And then later, he just moved to Thailand. And he retired out in Thailand, where he can live lavishly for the rest of his life off his trading earnings for pennies a day in Thailand, like a king. So, people are not in the industry now for a variety of reasons. They either blow up, and that happens to a lot, actually. You are not out of the woods once you become successful. It doesn't mean that you can relax. I still need to be careful. I still need to play smart. But my smartness, after amassing what I've amassed, is I don't play big. You think it's big, but I used to put on 400, 500,000 share positions. So when you see me with 15,000 shares and you think that's big, you're just a baby. That's why you think that's big. That is tiny in the professional world of trading. I trade tiny. I even have friends today that say, Oliver, why are you trading so small? So anyway, these point systems keep you in check. They keep you safe. They keep you from blowing up. They prevent you from being one of the statistics. Remember the other checklist I told you, trading off of the open. So let's look at this. You that checklist is trading a major turn, right? A major turn against the prevailing trend. All right. Now, this one is a checklist off the open. You must ask yourself before you take a trade off the open, because here's the open, right? You must ask yourself, one, do you have position? Which means, if you are buying above the key moving averages in the Fab4, or are you buying below? So if you want to buy this, you're buying, you do not have position. You understand? So first thing you must ask, is position on my side or am I fighting position? If you are buying Baba, you do not have position. That's 1x against you. Next thing, do you have color? And in reality, what that means is the color that you're buying, green, is that the dominant color right now? Has something big happened with green? Has something significant happened with the color green? Has green wiped out the color red? Is there more green than red? And I would say no. If you're trying to buy this bar, it's even. So I'd say no, you don't have it. And you already got 2X's. Once you get 2X's, it's just not a good play. The other thing is, do you have trend? Well, you can't have a trend off the open. So that's an automatic X. If you don't have it, it's an X. It's not even, I don't even consider it neutral. You don't have trend, you don't have a trend helping you off the open. So you start off the open with an X, right? So position, color, and trend. So right off the bat, you start off the open with an X. So you need both to be positive to have a good odds trade. If you get one more X, it's a bad trade. And if you get 3 X's, let's just call you novice. Novice, that's what you are. You understand? So to me, the best odds this morning was to the downside. You know? That's where the better odds were. That's where the better odds were. And traders, if you can keep these checklists in your favor, I promise you, you're going to clean up a lot of your garbage. You're going to clean up a lot of your stupidity. You're going to clean up a lot of your mistakes. You are making this game harder than it has to be. I'm not saying it's easy. You will never hear me say it's easy. You will hear me say it's simple. These checklists I'm giving you are not 50 lines long. They're three items. If you can't follow 3 items and put the little check marks and the little X's and the little spaces, if you can't do that, then go find something else to do. Go, I don't know, become a professional crocheter. Sew for a living. I don't know, do something else. But if you can't do a 3-point checklist and do it consistently, then find something else. It's not for you. So I will never tell you that the game is simple. I will tell you all day long. I won't tell you that the game is easy. I will tell you all day long that the game is simple. And I will tell you that most people make the game far more difficult than it has to be. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand this lesson that I'm giving you today? Are you picking up what I'm laying down? Jose, nice. Picking it up and running with it. All right. What's the number one reason? Do you remember? What's the number one reason behind the vast majority of you? I'm not talking about the outside now. Remember, I did this 6-month evaluation on all the losing traders, all the losing trades, not the losing traders. I didn't do the traders. I just took all the losing trades. It didn't matter if the losing trades came from winning traders, losing traders. I just took all the losing trades and I categorized them. What was the number one reason behind more than 80% of the losses? They were doing what? Going against the 20-period moving average. That's right. Going against the 20-period moving average. All right? Making the game harder. It's not like there aren't intelligent moments to do that. I gave you a 3-point checklist of when to go against the 20. Already did that. That is an intelligent going against. But they were going most 80%, over 80% of the losses were fighting the 20. And you know, another big one is position. Just going against position. Always buying below and always shorting above. There are intelligent times to do that, but not as your main strategy. Most of the losing traders have their main strategy is I fight the 20 and I fight position. How can you ever win? How can you ever win fighting both of those all the time? You can't. You can't. And I don't know what it is, but some of you just lose it. You come to these sessions, you get fired up again, you get these things I give you, and tomorrow morning they're forgotten already. Now, I don't know how to fix that, traders. You see, all I can do is do this. Do you understand? What I'm doing with you right now. But when the game starts and you go out on the field, I can't go out on the field with you. I'm the coach that stays on the sidelines. I can't play the game for you. So if you forget everything that we covered in the locker room or on the sidelines, once the game begins and you're out on the field in the heat of the battle, I don't know how to fix that. And is that my fault? Somebody please answer that question for me. If I tell you and teach you time and time again what to do, and then when you go out on the field, you don't do it, is that my fault? No. That's right, Jose. I give you the playbook over and over again. I tweak you. I correct your mistakes. I keep reiterating the fundamental principles of proper market play. There's virtually nothing more you have to learn. You just have to learn how to do it and do it consistently. But I can't help you if you won't do what you know. You don't need to know anything else. You know it. You just have to do what you know. And if you won't do what you know, I can't help you. Yeah, that's right, Diego. So help me help you. Help me help you. What movie is that from all of my movie buffs? Help me help you. Anybody remember? Show me the money. That's right, Jerry Maguire. You guys are good. That's it, man. What's another principle I share with you? Guys, look, if you're having trouble and you're just bleeding and you need this bleeding to stop. You don't know how, drop big bars, plays, and just play little bar plays. You know, look, you're buying because this is wide here. All right, this bar, all right, it's got to be above a little bar. Okay, you can take that one. But it can't be above this bar because this bar is big. So your stop is too big. If you're having trouble and you're bleeding, drop to little bars. If you want to buy this RBI, fine. Make sure the red bar is little. Stop. And so only play little bar plays. Go to that. Don't do that forever. That's not good either. Do it to get yourself back. Do it to get yourself back in the rhythm. Do it to get yourself back. So if you want to continue with the little bar plays, look. Oh, little bars. See, little bars here, little bars. Uh-oh. There's the little bar play off the 20. Boom. You can take this one. Why? Because the bar is little. All right? All right. You get stopped out. That's okay, but your stop outs are small. You want to take this one? Want to take this one? Boom. This bar is little. You can try it again. You're probably going to get stopped out. Let's see. Boom. Stopped out again, but you're losing little. And because this thing is still in the upper 50%, you can keep giving this a try. You need a little bar. Well, this one, so now you got the big one. This one you're not buying above, but you can buy above this little bar after this nice bull 180 stop below that little bar. And now here comes your win that wipes out all the losses. Just go back to playing, playing off of little bars if you're bleeding, if you're hurting, if you're just hemorrhaging. Do that for a while. Do that for a week, maybe even 2. Get yourself back in the rhythm. And when is it time to go back to playing big bars? When you start getting frustrated that you're missing too much money. Oh my God, look at the gain I could have had if I played that elephant bar. Oh my God, look at the bull 180. Oh my God. And now it's time to go back. All right. Someone wrote me a novel, Eduardo. Oliver, I honestly believe that you are a masterpiece. Thank you. However, I would like to see you trading with an account with the same buying power as us. The reason why I'm telling you is this is because I would like, but haven't I had Dan do this over and over and over again in your face? Haven't I done that? Have you seen Dan take the same account that you have and graduate it in less than a month? Have you seen it? So listen, what you're telling me you want me to do is make a little bit of money. I'm already in retirement trading. I don't want to do that, but I do instruct some of my guys to do it for you. But you know, listen, guys, I try to produce 3 to 6K a day. This supports my semi-retired life without having to touch anything that I've amassed on wealth or anything like that, right? So if you ask me to do that for a 3-month period, do you know how much money I lose? Which is why I don't require Dan to do it 3 months. Say, listen, take a month and do it. It takes away from his trading. So you watch Dan do that. But at the end of the day, think of it this way, that every 100 shares that you are playing with, right, is one lot. 100 shares equals one lot. For me, 5,000 shares equals one lot. Okay? So if I go heavy in a play, it's 15K, 15,000 shares. If I go super heavy, it's going to be near 20K. All right? But if you watch my trades carefully, most of them hover between one lot to 2 lots. Every now and then, when I feel I've really got it, 3 lots. And that's how I teach you to play. This is where most of your trades should be. But sometimes things line up so nicely and you should have these scenarios written down. What are my 3-lot entry plays? 3 lots. What is the difference? What's the difference in the number of zeros in truth with this? Do you understand? It's just zeros. It's still a lot system. I still have 5 lots. You still have 5 lots. You know? Some of you think that more money is the answer when more money only means you lose more. If you can't make money with 50,000, what makes you think you can make money with 5 million? That's ridiculous. Or 500,000 for that matter. You can't. The principles are the same. Your wins will be bigger, but your losses will be bigger. So the same way at 50,000, you get wins, but if you're a losing trader, your losses are bigger and more frequent than your wins. You just take the same thing to a different dollar amount. If the different dollar amount in your account is not a replacement for skill and discipline and ability, if you think that, you are at the height of naivety. So that argument would say, I can just pull someone off the street, give them $5 million, they know nothing about trading, but just because they have 5 million, they will perform better than someone with 50,000 or 500,000 that knows what they're doing? No. Now, does it help? Of course it helps, but it doesn't help enough to be a replacement for talent, skill, and discipline. Right? Without those, no money amount can save you. In fact, it can be an enemy without those things. You understand? Efren saying, but am I forgetting about the ability to have wider stops? Absolutely not. Wider stops will create what? Someone just type it in for me. Wider stops for an undisciplined, irresponsible trader will only create what? It's common sense. What are you talking about? Oh, let's just give the losing trader a wider stop. Whoa. Let's give the irresponsible trader more room to lose. No, you give the irresponsible trader less room to lose. You give the responsible, profitable trader more room. There's no magic potion. Do you understand? There is no magic item that suddenly makes you better. You got to put work into this. You're not born with discipline. Yes, there are certain personality traits that might have a higher propensity to be disciplined. We all know that everyone's not born absolutely equal. Some people are born with slightly more intelligence. Some people are born with less intelligence. Some people are born with learning disabilities. Some people aren't born with learning disabilities. We all know that. But discipline can be developed by every single human being. You got to put work into doing that, like a muscle. It grows through exercise. You got to work it, and it doesn't happen overnight. There is nothing that is going to magically make you start doing the right thing now. You got to work at that. And thank God you're not destroying your family while you're working on this. Thank God there's a program like this that prevents you from having to go to your husband or wife and beg them for another deposit in your account because you blew it up again by being undisciplined and irresponsible. Honey, can you give me another $25,000? Can I use another $25,000 of the family's money? Well, baby, what happened? What happened to the last $25,000 we agreed that was going to be for your trading? It's gone. Thank God you don't have to deal with that. Thank God there's something like this. People want to make fun of it all they want to. Those are just the idiots of the world. Right? There's a huge value in not destroying your family so that you can work on your dream. There is something of huge value where you don't have to make it harder on your children or your wife or your husband while you work on your dream. No one has a right to destroy or affect the lives of another person just because they want to pursue their dream. Pursue your dreams, but always find ways where the pursuit of your dream is not destroying the life of another. Franco's asking, Oliver, sorry, what do you mean by position? You don't know what position is at this point in the program, Franco? It's positioned the same as color? How is that? Look, here's color green, but position is below the moving average. What do you mean? How is color the same as position? Here's the color green, but yet the color green is below the 20 and below the 200. Position is determined largely off the open by the Fab 4 and later after the open by the 20 and the 200. And largely by the 20 and the 200, yes. So when you are here saying, I want to buy, you are against position because you are under the 20 and under the 200, even though you have the color green. Now, did that clear it up for you? These are very, very basic concepts. If you're unclear with this, then that's perhaps the reason behind your problem. Very basic concepts, but powerful. All right? I have 2 responsibilities. Well, I have 3 responsibilities. Responsibility number 1, once you become mine, is to constantly train and educate you. to constantly be in your face, constantly reiterating the concepts, the strategies, the tactics. That's responsibility number one. Responsibility number two is to motivate you. Yes, responsibility number two, to keep you motivated so that you last long enough, to keep you motivated so that you don't quit, to keep you motivated so that you get past that graveyard that claims over 90% of all people who try this, because it's hard. Because success doesn't come to me overnight. Quitters. To keep you motivated so that you're not a quitter. To keep you motivated so that you don't stop during the process where your growth is not visible to the world and sometimes not visible to you either. But it's happening underneath, like a seed underneath the ground. It's growing and getting stronger and moving its life toward the breakout point above ground. But yet anyone above ground, including yourself, does not see the miracle that's happening. My job is to keep you motivated long enough for that miracle to, boom, break through. That's responsibility number two. Responsibility number three is to fund our business together once you graduate. To invest in our business. That's right, it's our business. It's not my business. In fact, it's your business. I am the investor in your business. I do not tell you when to trade. I do not tell you how often to trade. I do not tell you where to trade. You run your business the way you want to run your business. I am just simply the investor. So those are my three responsibilities. To keep you trained and educated every day of your life. To keep you motivated so that you don't become one of the quitters. So that you don't quit before the miracle happens. 3, to invest in your trading business once you've got it. And I'm here for you. I'm here for you. Go to work, traders. Go to work. Ciao for now. Love you. Boom.